Actually, it's just not really like a forward question. It's more like in general what you want to tell, I guess, this group of people. Like, do you have like maybe like a funny touring story that like maybe started out really horribly and like ended up like being like something obviously you can tell people and laugh about now?
All right, so I'm in my phone right now here because I have over 13 years. I know this is not going to sound like a lot. I have 60 entries. And these 60 entries of tour stories are like the top of all the stories. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot for 13 years, but as I say, it's the 60 like gnarliest stories of all of them, you know? So some of them I can't say, most of them I can't say, sadly. But there was one on this Warped Tour that really kind of blew my mind. So are you essentially asking for like a crazy tour story or fan story?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking for?
I'm an artist, I'm on tour, so like it's funny to hear other people's stories too.
Right. Well, I'll try to make this one as quick as possible. So over the course of all this time, we've never really had the chance to like come face to face with the people that like the trolls on the internet, or like the people who harass you or stalk you or whatever like that. And you just usually just ignore it, and it's whatever. That's just how we don't pay attention to it. We just ignore it. But there was one person, this woman, that for about a year and a half was posting some very interesting things that were just so annoying and so frustrating to see. And of course, we just ignored it and blocked the profiles, and a new one was made, and blah blah blah. And it progressed into God, I have to tell the story.
What sort of things is this person
Okay,
saying? Like,
this person was saying things, and when I say what it is, it's going to make this story seem even more eye roller and just like, why are you telling us this? But I assure you, it goes to a weird place. She kept suggesting that I was a shapeshifter, a vampire, or an alien, because I wear my sunglasses a lot. I have them right here. They're like my safety blanket. This is rare that I don't have them on, but I don't want to be that guy. So I wear them like in every interviews, photos, all that stuff. And she has suggested that means that I'm a shapeshifter, and she was trying to find me out. And she was infiltrating like our fan communities on Instagram and Facebook, and just causing so much stupid drama with our fans that they just didn't recognize that you should just ignore it, let it go, and they were just it was just an online
there'd be
stupid
like comments
drama thing.
along with this going on.
Yes, just stupid shit. And as I said, just ignore it, let it die, blah, 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 blah. It never did. Here's where it went to, and if any of you guys do this now, if any of you are inspired to do the same shit, then you can just F off. But she somehow found my mother's cell phone number and started texting my mom. My mom texted me, she's like, hey, I just got a text message and a phone call from someone named Tori. Do you know who that is? And I was like, well, the only Tori I know would not be messaging you, so what? And she's like, yeah, she said something about how she knows your secret and she really needs me to get you in touch with her. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's that girl. Oh my God. You're like, this has been going on for like a year online, and we just ignore it, never said anything to her. She got my mom's number, and I was just like, Mom, block it. I'm so sorry. I cannot believe that this is a thing. I can't believe it. And she just kind of stopped paying attention to it, and the person kept calling my mom and texting weird, just vague stuff, and just avoiding giving certain information out. So it finally died out. Okay, so here's the big bomb that I'm gonna drop, right? So we're on Warped Tour, we're in Charlotte, and I do the TEI class that I talked about earlier, and there was a woman towards the end that asked me to take my sunglasses off. I didn't think anything of it at all. Anything of it. So I was like, sure. So I took my sunglasses off, and that was it. I said goodbye to the group, and I went on about my day. I went into our bus.
That was the only question she asked you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't think anything about it. So I went onto our bus, and our drummer looks up and he goes, yo, I just got a text message from someone that says, I just met Chris, and he was really cool. I'm like, but you don't know who this is? And he's like, no. So I was like, oh my, no. And it turns out that woman got our drummer's cell phone number as well, which, as I said, this is revealing that you can somehow get people in our
I was gonna say, that doesn't
numbers.
seem like the
You can
easiest
pay-
thing for you to do.
can pay for it. You have to go through all these avenues to acquire it and pay for it and all this weird stuff. And I was like, no way, dude. Like, how is this a thing right now? But then I was like, wait a
She
second.
thought you're cool.
If she is there, yeah, right? Well, she thought it was cool, so it's all good. No. I was like, well, wait, if she's saying that, then chances are she's here, and I could try to come face to face with her and, suggest that she really needs to stop this. I was like, okay, what do we do? So I had everybody on our bus, like total CSI, computer, like the Google research scene in every movie. We're just like entering phone numbers and blah, 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 blah. And each person kind of had a different piece of information that helped us build this puzzle of who she was. So I finally had our tour manager get the list of the people that were at the TEI. And sure enough, there was a person named Victoria. I won't reveal the last name. But it lined up with what we found the phone number registered to. My mom said the person said her name was Tori. So I was like, oh my God, she really is here.
My
So we had
gosh.
TEI email her and say like, hey, any chance you can come to the Motionless Light merch table? Didn't give a reason why, just said that. She ended up going to the merch table. So I got the call from our tour manager. I ran as fast as I could, and I see it, and it's the woman who asked me to take my sunglasses off. And I pulled her to the side, and we filmed the whole thing, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why are you calling my mom?
I was like, do you have any idea how inappropriate and harassing that is to get the number of my mother? Like, who, what?
Yeah, not cool.
I kind of just like went off. I wasn't like, fuck you or anything like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what would ever make you think that this is okay to do, blah, blah, blah. And I kid you not, this is her reaction to me after saying what I said. She goes, well, I was actually trying to get in touch with you. It's dead serious. I was actually trying to get in touch with you for a while, and I just didn't have any luck, so I tried to get these phone numbers, and I just really wanted to ask you if you were a shapeshifter. I was like, what? She goes, a shapeshifter. I'm like, no, not a fucking shapeshifter. What are you talking? Like, I just couldn't believe.
She didn't say sorry, nothing.
No,
That was
no
her
apology.
question.
No apology. And here's the worst thing. She looked so offended at the fact that I was upset that she was doing this. And she was just like, well, I got it out of the phone book, or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how did you even get these numbers? She's like, I searched it online, I got it out of the phone book. Like, so upset, like could not understand why I was upset about it. I was like, listen, I have your email, your face, your name, all this stuff. I'm going to contact the police if anything else happens, because this is harassment. And do not text my mother, don't text my friends. Just, that's it. And we shook hands, and she went on her way. Sure enough, texted our drummer like an hour later. So I was like, oh my God.
She's never going away.
So,
Victoria.
Yeah, so if you're watching this, cut the shit.
Leave him alone.
And that's my crazy fan story that I've had in a very long time. So yeah, there we go.
Awesome.
Thank you for suffering through all that.